my freshman. I said it. I know there are other good freshmen in the country, but I'll take mine. I think at one point we played with 4 freshmen in Aaron for a while. I think it stretched the game out.
John, what impact did you think Tyler had on the team?
He was really good today. That's the best I've seen him play since I've coached him. But again, you know, and this will start the other dialogue, which is why I'm platooning. Andrew didn't play as well today, but Andrew hit a huge 3 that basically ended the game. Aaron took us, or Andrew, I'm sorry, and Andrew took us to the championship game last year. Andrew did. So what I have is I have 2 terrific point guards who I can play together if I choose. If Andrew's playing really well, Tyler maybe not play as much, or I'll put him as a wing. Tyler's playing well or out of his mind, and you know, it's just, that's what's good about this. Willie didn't play great today. We played without him playing well. I thought our rebounding was outstanding, but again, we worked on it for like 2 weeks of just covering the rims and having to rebound every ball.
What attracted you to Cloud Nine point guard?
His competitiveness. He could make a difference in a game, even at his size, and that's what you want. And he wasn't afraid of the challenge. I didn't have to beg him. I mean, I recruited him for 3 weeks. And I said, I'm hearing about you being a 4-year point guard. If you think you're here 4 years, don't come here. I said, I'm coming.
How was it do for your guys when he's out there, he takes a shot, he's beating from the face, and some of the guys said that kind of gets you fired up a little bit, the littlest guy out there is having that.
I don't know. I was happy for him. You know, I was disappointed for Andrew because I know how good Andrew is, and all these kids, you know, you want them all to perform. Like Bakari couldn't get anything to the basket, but he got like 9 rebounds. But he is so much better offensively than he showed today. You know, we had so many turnovers, and most of them, some of them were forced body-to-body stuff, but most of them were just like a look away, a rifle pass, you know. But that's the most turnovers we've had. But again, we guarded. We played defense, and we didn't let him get to the rim. We made him take a lot of jump shots, which was what our game plan was. We played pick and roll different than we had played it all year. We backed up our big man and just went back in the lane and said, we're going to let you take jump shots. But it was a good win on the road. I mean, it was a physical game. I mean, it was, you know, it was a good game.
John, you're what you clamped down teams defensively so far this year. Did you see this coming to start?
I didn't, look, my thing in these games, and I told our team, I don't know how the other team's playing. I just know how I want us to play. Our players, unless they watch games, we watched tape this afternoon. We didn't show them a whole lot of movement. We're worried about us. Let's just be the best version of us. Let's be the best we can be. If that's not good enough, we move on to the next game. I kept telling them, guys, it's Christmas. This isn't the end-all game. Who cares? Let's just go try to play well. And I know our fans go crazy, and you know, I said win or learn, and they go nuts. But it's how I feel. I mean, I didn't. You know, I wanted to win the game, but I wasn't feeling like we have to win this game. You know, we took a great Christmas break. We were going to work out tomorrow. They begged me to take a day off tomorrow, so I'm going to give them off till 6.
Tom, Rick said this was your defense is the best he's seen in 40 years. What do you? You're hearing that kind of stuff all season. So what do you think of that?
We've got a lot of guys doing a pretty good job of defending. We can play the ball. We can play behind. I'll tell you who else was really good today. Trey Lyles. Wow. And that's why I played him as many minutes as I played him. I mean, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, making some jumpers when we were kind of shaky. The only thing we couldn't get our guys to do is I couldn't get them to attack. Devin did it once. Carl did it once. I'm in the house. Don't pull it out. Just keep going. And I think, again, they were feeling this game was maybe bigger than I thought it was. I was just telling them play. But, you know, again, I thought Trey played well, and Devin made a big 3. And, you know, same with Aaron. Aaron made a big 3 in the corner.
Is Tyler the one guy that
doesn't know better, the littlest guy on the court that seemed to be willing to attack them a little bit?
No, I think we got a bunch of guys. I've got a good team. I really have a really good team, and I have 9 guys. I'm going to continue to platoon. I'm not changing. If a game unfolds like this and I do something different, I'm trying to win the game. I'm going to do it. If one of the guys, like Willie against Texas, plays that well, I'll leave him in. If Tyler played this well, or Andrew, then I'm going to let him play. If someone's on fire, I'm not going to take them out. But if they're all playing well, I'd like to play all 9 guys, just playing in a platoon. And let me tell you why platoon. It's easier. I don't have to think how many minutes he's been in, who's in there, just 4 you go, you stay. How easy is that?
John, several of the ESPN guys are saying if you win this game, you'll be undefeated going into the tournament. Several of them. What do you make of that?
They picked the Germans in World War II also. I know, I'm not, look, the good news is we got another break. I got 9 days to get my team right. We got to put in a different zone because we're going to face some different things. I want to put in a different rotating press. I want to do some different things offensively to try because we have time. And I really want to give Dom and Derek an opportunity to see if they fit into that 10-man rotation, either one. But they have to elevate their games to do that because I'm not taking minutes away from these 9 when all 9 deserve minutes. If those 2 raise their game, then we'll go back to playing 10 guys.
How
Are you
impressive
worried
is
at all
it?
that your guys saw this as the last hurdle?
No, there was some disappointment. Willie was disappointed. Andrew was disappointed in how they played. Aaron wasn't exactly happy about how he played. The young guys were just happy they won a game. And, again, you have to think about this. You're coming in and you all and everyone else has made this like the end-all game. And these young kids came in here and performed. They weren't rattled. They stayed focused on the court. And the game was physical. That was more physical than the Texas game, and I didn't think that was possible.
John, if you would have secured a commitment from Emmanuel Mudiay, is it safe to assume you probably wouldn't be here?
If he didn't want to come,
Would you have still recruited him?
sure.
Coach, what does a
Count.
win like this do for the team's confidence?
I have a pretty confident team. Here's what my issue's been. And I've been on these guys. I was hard before the game. And my point was, I don't want arrogance. I want a swagger. I don't want arrogance. Arrogance is not earned. Arrogance is I wear the Kentucky uniform. Don't you know who I am? That's arrogance. A swagger is you work so hard, you spend extra time, you have demonstrated performance, Kansas, UCLA, you demonstrated performance, and the third thing is you trust your teammates. Now your team has a swagger. They know they can count on, everybody's countable on the team. I want a team with a swagger. I don't want an arrogant team. And I've been pretty vocal and been on, especially these young guys, because they mumble under their breath. They're like my son. What? They do a lot of mumbling when you coach them and they get aggressive with them.
John, how impressive is it that this game that Tyler and Devin can play 54 minutes without a turnover?
I haven't looked at that, but that's pretty impressive. I thought Devin did pretty good too, by the way. He did some good things. We had some dumb fouls. We just literally grabbed people. Then they look at me like I didn't do it. I said, I was watching. You grabbed the guy, grabbed his arm. So, but those 2 played good.
John Noble had 1 assist. Is that just you getting in the passing range or prior to what you're talking about earlier?
Oh, we were trying to get them to shoot. Yeah. And then that meant we spread out and we took those passes and they had to take, most of the stuff was going to be on the bounce, which means you don't get an assist.
Cal, on the same side, did you expect to be this good defensively?
I wasn't sure, but I knew with Willie and Marcus Lee, I didn't know Carl would block shots like he did and does. I didn't know that Trey Lyles could play the 3 position defensively like he has. He's guarding guards and doing good. I did not think Devin Booker could guard the way he's guarding. In high school, he shot every ball. So he didn't guard much. And I thought that would be the Achilles heel. And then the other guy was Tyler because of his size, but it hadn't seemed to bother him.
John, what was the source of, do you think, of Andrew's problems? Is he trying too hard? Was it something Louisville was doing?
They're not machines, they're not computers. I told him, man, I love you, I got your back, you're my point guard, stop it. He's down. I mean, look, these kids, it's not fair being at Kentucky and what goes with it and what the expectations are and how you're and then everything you do is analyzed and everything you do is, it's not fair, but it's also not fair when the season ends, you're in the green room, half the team. That's not fair either. So I tell them all the time, it's part of what you want to do this is what it is.
Are you worried about that punch in the mouth you were looking for?
What was that?
Does this qualify as that punch?
That was a punch in the mouth. And one was on the, about right there.
Are you worried about not being challenged enough for the rest of the season that you can get the
Oh, we'll be
improvement
challenged. You
want?
don't understand. Every game we play is sold out. The students are lined up at 1 o'clock. Every team we play, you might as well not look at stats. We played Columbia, they shoot 21% from the three. Yeah, they made 4 fours to start the game and we're down 11-0. I mean, we're gonna go on the road in hostile environments and we're gonna be challenged. In our league, you know, everybody then wants to say, well, the league, well, you still have Florida, you still have Arkansas, you still have LSU, you still have Georgia playing well. Our league is fine. I still think we'll get 5 teams in. Our league RPI is number 2 in the country. Our league's RPI is number 2 in the country, non-conference schedule. So, you know, it'll be fine. And all I'm looking at is let's keep trying to see where we can take this. I told individual players, world-class athletes are never satisfied. World-class athletes are self-critical. I don't have to criticize. You're self-critical. And the other thing is they always look for small increments. How can I, Tiger, get my drive another 4 or 5 yards? How can I make one more putt around? One. How can I do that? Where can I make those small, that's world-class. And I told these guys, what are you trying to do to add to your game? Just a little bit. What are you trying to do weekly? And I'm keeping them focused on those kind of things. This is, look, I'm having a ball coaching this team. And there's nothing anybody could say or write or do to make me, I wake up every morning whistling and skipping. This is the greatest group, and I'll tell you why, selfless. You think about today, I changed up because guys weren't playing as well, but they're all fine. I mean, I got a bunch of guys, and let me say this, I got a bunch of parents too. Think about your son. Your son is a top 10 pick and he's playing 20 minutes a game in a college. You'd be happy? Oh, you'd be blowing backflips. That'd be so nice. Think about it. Kid's a top 5 pick, he's playing 20. One game he didn't get any touches. What? Coach, we love you. Thanks for coaching us. I mean, I got the greatest group of kids and parents. That's why I want to enjoy it. Because let me say this, it's not always like this. And we just happen to, the moon and the stars have connected. Now let's see what we can do with this.
Thank you.
Thank you.